We've all felt it at some point in our lives, the invisible walls, the self-imposed boundaries that seem to confine us to a certain level of achievement, a certain way of thinking, a certain version of ourselves. These limits can feel suffocating, binding us to a life far smaller than what we're capable of living. But here's the truth, those limits are not real. They exist only in our minds. What if you could shatter those boundaries? What if there were no limits to what you could achieve, no ceiling to the heights you could reach? Imagine for a moment living in a world where your potential was limitless, where fear no longer dictated your choices and doubt no longer held you back. That world is not a distant fantasy. It is real, and it's waiting for you. The journey to unlocking a life of infinite possibilities starts with a decision. A decision to believe in something greater than your current circumstances, greater than your past mistakes, greater than your perceived limitations. It begins with a belief that you are capable of far more than you've ever allowed yourself to imagine. Today, we will explore the mindset, habits, and strategies that will enable you to live a life without limits. You will discover the profound power of belief, the importance of vision, and the necessity of resilience. You will learn how to unleash boundless energy, adapt to life's inevitable challenges, and pursue mastery in everything you do. By the end of our time together, you will not only be inspired to break free from the chains of limitation, but you will be equipped with the tools to do so. You will have the clarity, conviction, and courage to take control of your destiny and design a life where the only limits are the ones you choose to set. Because the truth is, the limits we face are not imposed by the world around us, they are created in our minds. And once you realize this, you unlock the power to break free and achieve anything you desire. Welcome to a life with no limits. Part 1, the nature of limits. Let's begin by addressing a fundamental truth: limits are not real. I'm not talking about the physical laws of the universe like gravity or the speed of light. I'm talking about the limits we impose on ourselves. Limits are constructs of our mind, social conditioning, and past experiences. From a young age, we're taught that certain things are impossible, that there are limits to what we can achieve based on where we were born, what we look like, or the amount of money in our bank account. And over time, we internalize these beliefs. They start to govern our thoughts, our actions, and eventually our lives. But here's the truth: those limits are false. They're mental chains that bind us, and breaking free from them is not only possible, it's essential if we are to live the life we were meant to live. Think for a moment, what if there were no limits? What if every challenge was just an opportunity in disguise? What if every impossible was simply something you hadn't yet mastered? Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you truly believed that nothing was out of your reach. Part 2, breaking free from self-imposed limits. Let me ask you this: when was the last time you reached for something that scared you? When was the last time you truly pushed yourself beyond what you thought you were capable of? If you're like most people, it's been a while. Why? Because as human beings, we're wired to avoid discomfort and uncertainty. We create limits not because they are real, but because they protect us from the fear of failure, rejection, and the unknown. But here's the paradox: the only way to truly grow, to truly expand your life, is to step into that fear. Growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. It happens when you challenge the limits you set for yourself and push beyond them. Let me give you an example. Take a look at the lives of people who have achieved extraordinary things. Whether it's athletes like Michael Jordan, entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, or artists like Beyonce, all share one thing in common: they refuse to be limited by what others said was possible. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Most people would have given up right then and there, convinced that they didn't have what it takes. But Jordan used that failure as fuel. He pushed past the limits of what people expected of him, and through sheer willpower, he became the greatest basketball player of all time. Elon Musk, a man who's revolutionized the automotive industry and is on a mission to colonize Mars, has faced failure after failure. Yet each time he refused to accept the limits that others tried to place on him. Instead, he forged ahead, creating a future that most people still can't imagine. What about you? What limits have you accepted in your own life that are holding you back? Maybe it's the belief that you're not smart enough, that you don't have enough resources, or that it's too late for you to change. I'm here to tell you those limits are lies. Part 3, the power of belief, a deeper dive. Belief is the cornerstone of every significant achievement in life. Without belief, actions become hollow, lacking the conviction necessary to overcome challenges and adversity. To live without limits, you must first grasp the profound power of belief and how it influences every aspect of your journey. Beliefs shape our reality in more ways than we often realize. They act as the lens through which we see the world, filtering our perceptions of what is possible and impossible. If you believe that something is beyond your reach, that belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You unconsciously act in ways that ensure you never succeed. On the flip side, when you believe that you are capable of greatness, your actions align with that belief, and success becomes not just possible, but inevitable. But how do beliefs form in the first place? How do we end up with limiting beliefs that dictate our potential? The origins of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs often stem from past experiences, social conditioning, and the opinions of others. From childhood, we are inundated with messages about what we should do, what is acceptable, and what is considered normal. These messages come from parents, teachers, society, and even our peers. Over time, they create a narrative in our minds, a script that tells us who we are, what we can achieve, and what we should expect from life. If you were told growing up that you weren't smart, you might have internalized that message and now believe that academic or intellectual success is beyond your reach. If you failed at something important in the past, you might have drawn the conclusion that failure is inevitable whenever you try something new. These beliefs don't just sit in the background, they actively shape the decisions you make, the opportunities you pursue, and the risks you take. And the thing about beliefs is that they are self-reinforcing. If you believe you're not capable of achieving something, you will approach challenges half-heartedly or not at all. And when you fail because your belief led you to give less than your best, that failure becomes proof that you weren't capable all along. The cycle continues, trapping you in a web of limitation. How to break free from limiting beliefs. So how do you break free from these limiting beliefs? The first step is to become aware of them. Awareness is the key to unlocking the mental barriers that have held you back for so long. Start by paying attention to the stories you tell yourself about your capabilities. Whenever you hear yourself thinking, I can't do that, or that's impossible for someone like me, pause and question those thoughts. Where did they come from? Are they based on facts or are they assumptions? Once you've identified a limiting belief, challenge it with evidence to the contrary. Look for examples in your life where you succeeded despite thinking you couldn't. Examine people who have faced similar challenges and overcame them. For every limiting belief you uncover, there's a counterexample, an individual who defied the odds and achieved greatness. But challenging your beliefs is just the beginning. You must also replace them with empowering beliefs. An empowering belief is one that affirms your ability to achieve your goals and reach your full potential. It shifts your focus from what's impossible to what's possible, and it opens your mind to opportunities you previously overlooked. For instance, instead of thinking, I can't achieve financial freedom because I grew up poor, you could replace that belief with, many people who grew up poor have achieved financial freedom, and I can too by learning and applying the right strategies. This shift in belief will prompt you to seek out knowledge, take action, and persevere until you succeed. Rewiring your brain for success. Beliefs are not static, they can be rewired through repetition and experience. Your brain is remarkably adaptable, a concept known as neuroplasticity. By consistently exposing yourself to new beliefs, new thoughts, and new experiences, you can reprogram your mind for success. This is why daily affirmations, visualization, and positive self-talk are so powerful. They help you condition your mind to see new possibilities and develop a mindset of abundance. To live without limits, you must train your brain to see obstacles as temporary and growth as inevitable. By constantly reinforcing the belief that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to, you will begin to see results in your life that reflect that belief. Part 4, Vision and Action, the dynamic duo for success. Once your beliefs are aligned with the idea that there are no limits, the next critical step is to create a vision for your life. Vision and action are two sides of the same coin. A clear, compelling vision gives you direction, while consistent action moves you towards that vision. Without vision, you risk drifting through life without purpose. Without action, your vision remains a dream that never materializes. Crafting a vision for your life. A compelling vision acts as a blueprint for the life you want to create. It's a clear picture of your desired future, a guiding star that pulls you forward even when challenges arise. But crafting a vision isn't just about setting goals. It's about defining who you want to become, what impact you want to have on the world, and what legacy you want to leave behind. Start by asking yourself some important questions. What do I truly want in life? What kind of person do I want to be? What do I want to accomplish? How do I want to feel every day? Your vision should be both audacious and deeply personal. Don't limit yourself based on where you are right now. Think about what would truly inspire you, excite you, and challenge you to grow. Imagine a future where you have already overcome your current limitations and achieved the success you desire. The importance of clarity. One of the most important aspects of vision is clarity. Vague aspirations lead to vague results. Your vision should be specific, vivid, and emotionally charged. For example, instead of saying, I want to be successful, define what success means to you. Does it mean building a business that positively impacts the world? Does it mean financial freedom, allowing you to live life on your terms? Does it mean deep, meaningful relationships with the people you love? The clearer your vision, the easier it will be to take actionable steps toward making it a reality. Turning vision into action. Vision alone, however, is not enough. You need to pair that vision with relentless action. Action is where dreams become reality, but not just any action, consistent, focused, and deliberate action. Many people get stuck at the vision stage, dreaming about a better life without ever taking meaningful steps towards achieving it. Why? Because action requires effort, risk, and most importantly, leaving your comfort zone. When you commit to living without limits, you're committing to a life of continuous action that's aligned with your vision and moves you closer to your goals every day. Break down your vision into manageable steps. If your goal is to build a successful business, what can you do today, tomorrow, and next week to move towards that goal? If your vision is to become an elite athlete, what training regimen do you need to adopt and how will you stay consistent with it? The compound effect of small actions. One of the most powerful principles in achieving your vision is the compound effect. Small, consistent actions, when compounded over time, lead to extraordinary results. Success rarely happens overnight, but it does happen when you're willing to show up every day and put in the work. It's the athlete who trains for hours every day, the entrepreneur who stays up late perfecting their craft, and the artist who owns their skills through years of practice. The compound effect is why it's crucial to stay committed even when progress seems slow. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to your vision. Part 5, resilience and adaptability, navigating the storms of life. No journey to greatness is ever smooth. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at us, testing our resolve, and forcing us to confront challenges we never anticipated. This is where resilience and adaptability come into play. The nature of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, failures, and difficulties. It's the trait that allows you to keep going even when things get tough. And believe me, they will get tough. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, detours, and roadblocks. What separates those who succeed from those who give up is their ability to remain resilient in the face of adversity. But resilience isn't about being impervious to pain or difficulty. It's not about pretending that everything is fine when it's not. Instead, resilience is about acknowledging the challenges you face, processing the emotions that come with them, and then finding a way to move forward. Cultivating a resilient mindset. To cultivate resilience, you must develop a mindset that sees challenges as opportunities for growth. This is known as a growth mindset, a concept pioneered by psychologist Carol Dweck. People with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. They see failure not as a reflection of their worth, but as a necessary part of the learning process. When you adopt a growth mindset, you start to see obstacles not as barriers, but as stepping stones. Every failure becomes a lesson, every setback an opportunity to learn something new. This mindset is crucial for breaking through limits because it allows you to stay focused on the long-term goal, even when the short term is filled with challenges. The power of adaptability. Resilience alone is not enough. You must also be adaptable. Adaptability is the ability to change course when necessary, to pivot when the path you're on is no longer viable. In a fast-paced world, being adaptable is essential for staying ahead of the curve and continuing to make progress toward your goals. Many people resist change because it's uncomfortable. They cling to old habits, strategies, and ways of thinking even when they're no longer effective. But the truth is, the world is constantly evolving, and if you're not willing to adapt, you risk being left behind. Adaptability means being open to new ideas, learning new skills, and being willing to change your approach when necessary. It's about staying flexible in your thinking and being willing to take risks, even when the outcome is uncertain. Part 6, unleashing limitless energy fuel for the journey. To live without limits, you need limitless energy. Energy is the fuel that powers your actions, your decisions, and your ability to stay resilient and adaptable. But how do you cultivate and sustain high levels of energy, especially when life's demands feel overwhelming? Energy isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional, and spiritual. To maintain limitless energy, you must take a holistic approach that addresses all aspects of your well-being. Physical energy. Physical energy comes from taking care of your body. This means prioritizing exercise, nutrition, and sleep. Your body is a machine, and like any machine, it needs the right fuel and maintenance to operate at its best. Regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain, releases endorphins, and boosts your mood and energy levels. Proper nutrition fuels your cells and helps you stay focused and alert. And sleep is essential for recovery, both physically and mentally. But beyond just physical energy, you need to tap into mental and emotional energy to truly thrive. Mental energy. Mental energy comes from maintaining clarity and focus. To protect your mental energy, you must be mindful of where you direct your attention. In today's world, we are bombarded with distractions, social media, news, endless notifications. These distractions drain your mental energy, leaving you feeling scattered and unfocused. One of the best ways to conserve mental energy is to practice mindfulness and meditation. These practices help you stay present, reduce stress, and improve your ability to focus on what truly matters. By training your mind to stay focused on your goals, you can conserve your mental energy for the tasks that will move you forward. Emotional energy. Emotional energy comes from cultivating positive emotions and managing negative ones. When you're in a state of gratitude, joy, and enthusiasm, your energy levels soar. On the other hand, when you're bogged down by fear, anger, or frustration, your energy drains. To maintain emotional energy, surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, and practice gratitude every day. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking in your life to what's abundant, creating a positive emotional state that fuels your energy. Spiritual energy. Finally, spiritual energy comes from having a sense of purpose. When you feel connected to something greater than yourself, whether it's a mission, a cause, or a higher power, you tap into a limitless well of energy. Purpose gives you the strength to keep going, even when the road is hard. It aligns your actions with your deepest values, making every step on the journey meaningful. Part 7, Mastery, the Pursuit of Excellence. The final step in living without limits is the pursuit of mastery. Mastery is the ongoing process of becoming the best version of yourself. It's about striving for excellence in everything you do, continuously learning, growing, and pushing the boundaries of your potential. Mastery isn't about reaching a final destination. It's a lifelong journey of improvement, where each achievement opens the door to new possibilities. When you commit to mastery, you commit to a life of constant evolution. The 3 pillars of mastery. To achieve mastery, you must focus on 3 key pillars. 1. Learning mastery begins with a commitment to learning. The more you learn, the more you realize how much there is still to learn. Stay curious, seek out knowledge, and always be willing to challenge your assumptions. The most successful people in the world are lifelong learners who never stop seeking ways to improve. 2. Practice mastery requires consistent, deliberate practice. It's not enough to simply know something, you must apply that knowledge through action. The more you practice, the more proficient you become. And as you practice, you will refine your skills and deepen your understanding. 3. Persistence mastery takes time. It requires patience and perseverance. There will be moments when progress feels slow, when challenges seem insurmountable. But if you stay committed to the process, you will eventually break through and reach new levels of achievement. The rewards of mastery. Mastery brings with it a sense of fulfillment and purpose that is unmatched. It allows you to live a life of impact where your skills and talents are used to their fullest potential. It opens doors to new opportunities and enables you to create value for others in ways you never thought possible. By embracing belief, vision, action, resilience, energy, and mastery, you can live without limits. The path may not be easy, but it is worth it. The rewards of living a life without limits are profound freedom, fulfillment, and the knowledge that you are living your life to the fullest. As I bring this speech to a close, I want to leave you with a final thought. There are no limits. The only limits that exist are the ones you create in your own mind. And once you recognize that, you have the power to destroy them. You have the power to redefine what's possible for yourself and create a life that is beyond your wildest dreams. So I challenge you today, live without limits. Dream bigger, push harder, and never settle for less than you deserve. Because the world needs more people who are willing to break free from the chains of limitation and step into their true potential. Are you ready to be one of them?